somebody from the IT team emailed and is all like, there's 2 shared drives that are down, so yeah, just letting you know. So we couldn't use those 2 drives, but like the rest of the drives worked. And then the main system that we use was not working, and I was like, what? So then I was just like waiting, just like trying to find something to do, like emailing people and stuff, because I couldn't use the main system we always use because it was down. So yeah, so I did that. After like 15 minutes maybe, I refreshed the main page again, and then it worked. So yeah, so then I was doing stuff on that, and then I was trying to access a different shared drive, and I couldn't access that. So then I messaged this guy, but that's besides the point. Anyways, yeah, I was doing stuff on like the main page, and yeah, whatever. And I was like, I don't know, I was so like zoned in and focused on what I was doing and stuff, and I had my earbud in, but yeah, and I was like so zoomed in, and it was like 10:59, and I have a meeting at 11 o'clock, and my boss walked by the desk area, and he's like, meeting, and then I heard him, but then I looked, and then he walked away, and then I was like still comprehending what he said, and so then I looked at the clock on my computer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 10:59, we have to go to the meeting. I didn't even know it was like time for the meeting. I completely forgot. Yeah. So then me and a couple of my coworkers who sit near me, we all went to the meeting and stuff, and then I was like, I didn't even know there was a meeting today. Like, I wasn't here. And then the guy was like, what do you mean you weren't here? And I was like, I was not like mentally here. Like, I didn't even realize, like, yeah. So that's great, but it's okay because I went to the meeting, and yeah. So after the meeting, I was talking to the chief, and yeah, and then somebody went up to the chief and was all like, just letting you know, like, we're having a malware attack, and to get out of all share drives. And then I was like, what? Yeah. So then I went to my computer, and then I exited all the file explorers so I would get out of the share drives and stuff. But yeah. And then I talked to somebody, and then I talked to somebody else, and then I told that person to exit all their share drives and stuff, and yeah, and then they were exiting and stuff, and yeah. Then we were just like socializing and stuff, because some of us can't do anything without the share drives, and then others of us just don't have that much to do. So yeah. But then I was just like chilling, just like walking on the floor, and then some operators like, help me. The operators are complaining to me about the system being down, so they can't scan things through and stuff, and yeah, but like we're kind of at a stop at this point, because if operators can't scan things through the system, then how are we gonna get things moving, you know? Yeah, this whole malware attack is stressful, and I don't want to open the share drives because then I might spread the virus onto me, and then just so I am staying away from that for now. And yeah, and I have a meeting at 4 o'clock too, so fun. But Monday my friend starts work here, so it'll be good to see him again and stuff. And yeah, my friend is here today, and he's sitting behind me, and then there's this other new guy who's sitting next to my coworker from like a different type of engineering, but we're like really good friends. Yeah, so I'm thinking that person's gonna be shadowing my friend, and then the guy who sits, my friend who from college who now sits behind me, is going to be shadowing the guy who sits next to me. But yeah, but we talked a little bit, and yeah, then I went to lunch, and he's trying to set up his computer and stuff, and yeah. Made a meeting for Wednesday with the IT manager guy to go over his system and stuff. Let's see if he answers or if he's too busy, but I don't know. We will see, and we'll see if he answers my meeting invite or doesn't answer it and then doesn't show up. Yeah, because then I worked on this whole document listing all my suggestions for no reason, so we will see how that goes and if he stands me up. It's 9:56. It's 9:56 and I'm in a meeting room right now waiting for him to show up, and I just walked by the desk area and I saw him there. So we'll see if he shows up or not. Or I'll just be chilling here by myself, I guess. It's 10:02 and he's still not here. I don't know if I should chat him or not. Or go over there. Oh, my friend is telling me to go over there and tell him. But then I have to leave my computer. Or chat him. Okay. I'll chat him. So basically, what happened today, I have nothing to do at work because I have nothing on the schedule for this week. I have like half stuff next week. Like my boss is trying to get me to take on a project and it's happening next week. But I'm on PTO next week, so like whatever. But yeah, so I was just chilling, talking to somebody, and then they got busy and had to go do something. So then I went to go talk to somebody else, and then they started like doing something, and then I went to go talk to somebody else and like head to my meeting. And at this point, it was like 9:40. I messaged my PM friend, and I'm like, "Are you in a meeting?" And then she's like, "Nope." And then and then I was doing something on my computer, and then she came by. And I was like, I was just gonna come over there and talk to you. And yeah, so then I grabbed my computer and then we both walked to her desk and we chatted and stuff for like 10 minutes and then I had to go to my meeting. So then I left the PM person's desk area at like 9:55 and then I walked through the whole like inside desk areas and I saw the guy who I'm having a meeting with. But I didn't say anything, so I just walked to the meeting room and stuff, and then I turned the TV on, plugged my computer in, was getting all ready and stuff, and I was chatting the second guy I had talked to, and then also the PM person, while I was waiting for this guy to show up for the meeting. And yeah, and then it was like 10 o'clock and he didn't show up, and then I was like chatting the PM lady, and I was like, what do I do? Do I just like give him a minute? Like, I don't know. And then she was like, use the 10-minute rule. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll wait 10 minutes. And then it was like 10:03 and he still was not here. So then I chatted the PM lady again. And then I was like, he's still not here. Like, should I go over there and tell him or like chat him? Like, what do I do? Or just sit here? And then she was like, go over and get him. But then I was like, but I already plugged my computer in and I'm already plugged into the TV and all that. And yeah, so, and then at 10:04 he showed up and then he was like, oh, sorry about that. And yeah, and then we ended up finishing I think at like 11:15. So it lasted a little longer, like 10 minutes longer, because he was like 5 minutes late. But yeah. So there's two new people. So one of them is I'm friends with from college, and the other one I don't know who. Yeah, I've never met him. But he asked us if we wanted to like go get drinks like boba or something, or like lunch this week, and like it's not really my style, you know. So I don't know, but I just, you know, nodded my head. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. How today went. Basically, my meeting at 8:30 to 9 every day, that one got canceled today because we had an audit happening today, so the upper management people had to go to that audit, so then they couldn't go to the daily morning meeting. So that one got canceled. And then I had made a meeting as a follow-up from my meeting yesterday. I made it today at 11 to 12, and then at like 10:30 the guy canceled. And then I asked my friend who was in the audit who was all there, and then she listed this guy. So he canceled. He declined my meeting invite because he was in the audit, but he didn't tell me he was in the audit. But somebody made a meeting with me from 2 to 2:30, and then they emailed me and said, oh, I'm gonna make a meeting. Like, why do you email and then make the meeting? But whatever. But then they said if better time works for you, then let me know. So then I emailed back, because I normally go to lunch at like 1:30ish. So if hypothetically I take an hour, that would be 1:30 to 2:30. So like, you know, a 2 o'clock meeting wouldn't work. And so I checked her calendar, and then I emailed and I said, can we do 3? And then she emailed back and she's like, darn, like I just scheduled a meeting at 3 to 3:45. Does 3:45 to 4:15 work for you? And then I was like, oh, like I just checked your calendar, but yeah, sure, that works. So yeah, so then she moved it to 3:45 to 4:15. And yeah, and I went to the meeting at 3:45. Well, actually, I didn't know where the meeting was, like which conference room. So then I was like walking down the hallway with my computer open, trying to like find the conference room. Like the thing that, not know where the conference room is. Like I was trying to figure out what the conference room the invite had mentioned was. So yeah, so then it was like 3:44, and then I figured out which one it was, and it was the one that I thought it was. So I walked there, and then I looked through like the glass, and then the girl and this other guy were in the meeting and stuff. And then so then I was just gonna like wait outside, but then the girl saw me, which is interesting because her back was facing towards me, but I think she was like kind of sideways, so like she was facing the front, so the door, which is on the side, so she could see like out of the corner of her eye, or maybe the guy said somebody's there. I don't know. So as I was gonna like back away to like wait outside, then she waved for me to come in. So then I was like, okay, I'll come in. So then I went in, and then I sat down and stuff, and they're like, oh, we're almost done, like sorry. And the guy wanted to show the girl something, so then he's like, oh, sorry, Nikki. And I'm like, it's okay, like I mean, I'm not in a rush, but nobody knows that. Yeah. And then this other new guy who they did the signing the papers together thing, meeting together, it was kind of strange, came by like towards the end as I was packing up, and he was like, do you guys want snacks? And then he had like 3 different kinds of snacks. I was like, I'm okay, thanks though, because I don't take snacks from random people. Like I don't even know this guy, and literally this morning he made a chat and he named it Engineering Misfits. I'm like, what? And then there's 5 people on there, me, the guy that sits next to me, my friend who I'm closest with as of now, and then that new guy, and then my friend. Yeah. And then he was all like, oh, you guys want to go get lunch or drinks or something this Friday? And then he put an emoji at the end of it, which, okay. But then he chatted like an hour later, and he's like, oh, actually it won't work for me, so it might, how about Monday, like sorry. And then he put another emoji. Like something's a little strange with this. Yeah. And then later on I was with my friend who had just got back from lunch, the hourly guy, and then we went to his desk to check on the calendar, because I've been like adding like to-do list items on my calendar, and I wanted to see if people could see like the actual event, or if it's private. And it's private, thank goodness, because I don't want people seeing my to-do list events. Yeah. But anyways, so we went to check that, and then on his mouse was a little post-it note that said, somebody, like the name, is looking for you, and then there was a smiley face. So this guy like really loves emojis or something, like I don't know. I did not tell him that I'm gonna be gone for the next 2 weeks, so that's good. Hopefully he doesn't check my calendar, because if he does, that's, yeah, if he does, no thanks. Also, I've been noticing it a lot recently, but I think for some reason my Canadian accent is like coming back. 2:11, and I am outside, gonna go drive to the customer's place, which is like 15 minutes, I think, and train there, I guess. Yeah, but that's all. Okay, it is 2:27. I just got here, and the guy who I'm going with is not here yet, but he did leave a little later than me, so yeah. Okay, 2:32. The guy just pulled up, so I'm gonna go over there with him, and then we're gonna go inside. 3:38, and we finished, and now we are not going back to work. So yeah, gonna go home now. I don't even know how to get home, but basically 4 o'clock. So by the time I drive to work, it's gonna be 4:30, and then, you know, yeah, so yeah.